Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to the beginning of a new road to top 10 in Doubles OU. Now unfortunately the Little Cup is having a suspect test of Drifloon, if I'm not mistaken. So that one will be postponed until that suspect test is over in about 2 weeks. But we still have Doubles OU, which we have just started. And of course the Ubers tier, which I will be finishing sometime soon. I just gotta find some time to ladder up a bit before I can start recording because I decayed a lot. But in any case, I want to thank everybody for, clicking this video. I appreciate that. Even though the purge recently happened where YouTube cleaned out some subs, or I don't know, people were unsubbed, I appreciate everybody who just watches my videos, and as well as the support on my all the stuff I upload. But in any case, this team was given to me by T4W, a sub of mine, or 2, I think that's how it goes, or for the win. I think it's for the win, but like mixed up a bit. And I also want to give a shout out to Jacob Talley, who helped support the American Cancer Society as well as myself, and I really do appreciate that, bro, so thank you for that. Now it is kind of late at night, and I laddered up a bit. I laddered up just a bit, but we'll probably be having some interesting games. Like, look at my opponent's team. It looks like OU, but I don't know what half the mons do. So this will definitely be a challenge. This will definitely be a challenge. Kieran Black actually destroys his team, and knowing that, I actually want to lead off with that. And I want to give it some Tailwind support, and I want something that doesn't lose to water types. So I'm thinking that Whimsicott plus Kieran Black would just be a great lead. I set up Tailwind, and Kieran Black just destroys him. Why is my Terrakion showing up over here? Anyway, Whimsicott plus Kieran seems pretty solid as a lead. He cannot OHKO me with anything. He leads off with Landorus plus Manaphy. Not too bad, because if he tail glows or does whatever he wants to do, I can encore him into that. I'm actually just going to go right for the Ice Beam on Landers. Even if it's Scarf Landers, it doesn't OHKO me, and I think I'm just going to set up a Tailwind. No reason not to. The safer play would have been to protect, but he actually is more than likely Scarf Landers. Goes right for the U-turn. He's running a lot of speed, if anything, and I'll probably catch maybe Politoed upon switching with the Ice Beam, but I really don't care what the Manaphy wants to do. As he's able to get rid of my Whimsicott, but it basically did its job. It was to get up the Tailwind, and now I can go hard into Mega Gardevoir. He does not have a Fairy Resist at all on his team, and it is time to click the Hyper Voice. I actually just want to weaken Politoed as much as possible. Alternatively, I could sub, but I think just going for damage outright is the best play. He doubles out from his Manaphy into Landers, more than likely scouting for the Fusion Bolt, but this works out alright for me anyway, because I will be able to get off a hell of a lot on Landers with the Hyper Voice. Look at that damage. Yum. As I don't know if Politoed runs Encore on this. The fact that he's leftovers is interesting, but I'm just gonna Earth Power that slot again and just go right for Hyper Voice. With the Tailwind being up for 2 more turns, I will be able to outspeed him. And again, it is late at night, so I have to be a bit lower than usual, so I do apologize about that. I am up, and I'm not like tired. Okay, I'm tired. I'm always tired. When the hell am I not tired? But yeah, I'm excited to do this. It's kind of like VGC, but with more Pokemon, and it has some really interesting mons in this format. But yeah, in any case, we should be able to pick up a KO with the Hyper Voice right here. I don't care what he switches out into. Metric isn't going to take it. It's his Mega. Metric is his Mega. I do have Tailwind support from Talonflame. Honestly, Talonflame plus Gardevoir also just straight up destroys his team. Kieran Black destroys its team based on the fact that he has nothing that can resist it at all. And also just nothing that can resist Gardevoir. But Gardevoir just outright on paper breaks everything. The only thing that can knock the thing out would be like Gyarados. But Ice Beam plus Hyper Voice will be able to get rid of any Gyarados anyway. And it's more than likely not Mega because he doesn't have a trick. Unless he's running 2 Megas on the team, which is fair. That's definitely fair. But I think in this, where it's not like VGC, where VGC you have to pick 4 out of 6 Pokemon, and here you have to use all 6 of your Pokemon, I think it's fair to assume that he is, he's like a Dragon Dance Gyarados or a Banded Gyarados or whatever Berry Gyarados he wants to be. Biggest threat to me is definitely the Manaphy, I feel. But again, Gardevoir literally gets a kill. Like, he actually has to like Toxic me, but there's no way I'm not getting off a hit without getting hit with my Gardevoir. He might actually just time out. I'm not sure. But let's actually think about his ways he could win. Potential Dragon Dance Gyarados could be a problem, but I do have Scarf. I do have Scarf Terrakion. I also do have Intimidate on Landers, as well as Priority Skyplate boosted Brave Bird from Talonflame. So I'm not sure if he's actually going to straight up timeout. That'd be pretty anticlimactic for the first game of the Doubles OU road to top 10. Also, really quick, big shout out to my boy P Killer on on Twitch. He drew his background. You can't really see it, but it says, what do you have for well played, Bear Tick? And it's, you know, obviously to hype up the yeah, he ended up timing out. That's unfortunate. I think he just lost to that. Yeah, he was at 1305, so he has way more points than me. But I think he did just lose to Hyper Voice spam. But yeah, it's pretty much because everybody's hyped that the UCL is starting up again. Look at this cool team. Everybody's hyped the UCL is starting up again. The draft, the live draft, is this Friday as well as Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be live. It's gonna be like 5 to 6 hours, and truthfully, it's gonna be fun. But I'm not too excited to have to stay 5 to 6 hours in a call. Truthfully, but it'll be fun anyway. Another guy whose resistance to Gardevoir plus with its dual stab doesn't really exist. Obviously Klefki is an issue. I really like Talonflame plus Gardevoir as a lead. They basically, well, no, actually I really like Kyurem plus Gardevoir as a lead. It basically beats everything that threatens it. This beats Kyurem, beats down. I still don't know why it has Terrakion out here. Maybe it's because the way it's like positioned. But Kyurem pretty much beats everything that Gardevoir has trouble with Ice Beams, and puts it in range of Hyper Voice. Talonflame's going to be putting in a lot of work in this game. I could actually lead off with Talonflame if I want to, but I'm scared about the Politoed lead, which is why I want to lead off with Kyurem plus Gardevoir, just to cover the leads that I'm most scared about. Again, I don't play this tier as much, or I haven't played it much at all, so I am pretty rusty. He leads off with the Moltres plus the Ninetales. I think I just want to Ice Beam, and I want to see what he wants to do. I don't want to waste some Sun turns. So I'm going to Mega Evolve and Protect with both my Mons. Obviously, Mega Evolving gives Gardevoir a bit more speed. I could see how he wants to play this out, because I really don't want to lose Kyurem to like a Specs Timid Fire Blast. So we get off both Protects right there. Let's see what he does. Goes for the Heat Wave with Ninetales. Ninetales is faster than Moltres, so he's more than likely max speed. Goes for the double Heat Wave. Alright, so that's going to hurt. But my Gardevoir may be faster than him, so I'm going to Ice Beam and Psychic Moltres, trying to get rid of it. I do have Talonflame in the back, but I'm not too worried about Ninetales, especially because I have... I'm not worried about Ninetales at all, because I have Terrakion Landers and Talonflame in the back. So we're able to get rid of what I thought was the biggest threat. He even misses Heat Wave on top of that on Kyurem, so we end up at full HP, and we're able to get rid of the Moltres right off the bat. Clefable is going to come out, and this is a monster. I should be free to go right out to Talonflame with my Kyurem, and honestly, I just want to... I'm going for Hyper Voice just to weaken... I know Ninetales obviously does resist it, but just to weaken Clefable. I want to be able to hit both this month. Look how much that does. Oh my god. That's... And you know that's weakened, right? Because it's a spread move. So we do so much as he facades me. Interesting. Interesting choice right there. And I should be able to go right for Brave Bird. Alternatively, I could Tailwind, but I think Brave Bird knocks out Ninetales, and after that I could just get a kill with Hyper Voice. So this is max attack, Adamant, Sharp Beak boosted, and Ninetales doesn't have the best defenses. It was more known for its Spadef in at least Black and White, and that's pretty much my knowledge of Ninetales. I have also used Nasty Plot, maybe an NU, or PU, but besides that, like, I haven't used Ninetales. I used Resto Chasto, I used Nasty Plot. I mean, Black and White, when I used Sun, you had to use Ninetales back in the day. So it shouldn't be able to take an Adamant, Sharp Beak boosted Brave Bird, and then Hyper Voice should be able to pick off something else. Talonflame is also really nice because it outspeeds the entire team with priority, outside of maybe Meowstic's priority prankster like Thunder Wave or something like that. And I also do have the Flare Blitz to get rid of the Klefki. So right here, I think we put him in a position where he's going to lose a Mon. He might just lose 2 Mons too. And if he goes up to Klefki, swapping Ninetales, good play, because it obviously takes the Brave Bird and the Hyper Voice. But I think after Brave Bird and Hyper Voice, he might actually go down to the next attack. But he lets me hit his Politoed, which is great. It's also not Citrus Berry, which means we do pick up the KO on both his Mons. Nice. So Politoed is gone. Again, we are earlier on the ladder, so it's not going to be the best of games, I feel, but I think that Lantern's is a pretty fair switching from Talonflame. I don't want to get Thunder Waved, and I don't necessarily need Gardevoir. It did its job. I'm just going to Hyper Voice. I don't know what Klefki can do. Maybe it can... There's one of the Mons I can minimize or something, but it gets the screen. Okay, so it gets on both screens. That's completely fine. I even crit through it, which is great. just waste a turn, and I'll just Earthquake right here and protect with my Gardevoir. It stalls out another turn of screens, and it also meant that I got rid of Meowstic and did a lot to Klefki. So he ends up forfeiting. I don't blame him. He also wasn't in a winning position. Like, I had every single one of my Mons left. There wasn't a way he can come back from that. And I guess the crit just pushed him over the edge. But let's actually check out the ladder, because since Doubles OU become official tier, I haven't really played it since like maybe Grand Slam or a little bit just for fun. Ooh, I like my opponent's team. I love seeing Kingdra, like a nice anti-rain. Also, the thing I like about Doubles OU is so many Mons are viable, especially like right now in VGC. They have a bunch of viable Mons, right? But then the Primals, Mega Ray, it makes things unviable. Xerneas, for example, like you can't use certain Mons or you're gonna get swept. But in this, like, you can see crazy Mons. Even if I am lower on the ladder, you can still see crazy Mons, which I like a lot. Now, Infernape doesn't run Fake Out. I do have the Quick Guard though, and I honestly like the Talonflame plus Gardevoir lead. I feel like Talonflame with Quick Guard blocks Infernape's Fake Out, and I could just get a kill with Hyper Voice. Kyurem destroys his team, absolutely destroys his team. And Terrakion with Scarf beat up maybe from Whimsicott. I can sweep him with Rock Slide too if I get rid of the Klefki. So I'm definitely leaning off with the Gardevoir plus Talonflame because it defeats the Infernape plus Filler lead. It leads off a Kingdra, so that's even better for me. And Klefki, Quick Guard prevents me from getting Prankster T-Wade from Klefki. So I'm going to click Guard right there and just click Hyper Voice. I don't mind losing my Talonflame. Yes, it does put in work and helps me versus Venusaur, but Kyurem Black, even if it is Mega Venusaur, obviously Terravolt protects me from that. He actually switches out, I guess, fearing the... I mean, what, the Flare Blitz? But Quick Guard does prevent you from Prankster Priority Thunder Wave, right, if I'm not mistaken. He gets the accuracy drop on both my Mons, so I hope I hit right here. As we thankfully do, as we're able to get rid of the Kingdra. Nice. Big threat gone. I can just Tailwind up here and I think Protect with my Gardevoir is the safest play. I'm not sure if he'd Fake Out because I just revealed the Quick Guard. He does Fake Out but into the Gardevoir slot, which means we will be able to get up the Tailwind and outspeed him with our Mons. Wild Charge will be able to take me out. However, now what I can do is just go, I want to make the play that it doesn't matter if I miss with Gardevoir, because I don't want to lose a Mon if I miss. So I think Landorus is the play, because at least I get off the Intimidate and I can break the Sash with Rock Slide, and Hyper Voice should be able to... Rock Slide plus Hyper Voice will be able to kill Infernape, obviously. But I didn't want to go out to Kyurem and basically miss my Hyper Voice. Oh yeah, it's Citrus Berry, so maybe this... No, this is single targets. This will definitely knock him out. I basically didn't want to miss my Hyper Voice on Infernape and get potentially close combated. Not that I know if he runs it or not, but I didn't want that to happen. I know in VGC they were like Fake Out and a bunch of different moves, but I played this guy when I was laddering up. He has Life Orb, Blaziken, Mat Block, Landorus. I like Focus Sash, Whimsicott, plus give you the win. Friend? Okay. I like Focus Sash, Whimsicott, but I guess he doesn't want to be... Okay, well then. I appreciate those points. Nice, people just giving away. There's charity out here. I appreciate that. We're only 13 minutes into the live too, and we already got so many games. But not that they've been the best of games. But we got another game, and Talonflame just wrecks this guy. Oh my god. Talonflame wrecks him, and Landorus destroys him. Landorus was Talonflame, so I'm actually going to lead off with them because I can get off the Tailwind. I also get off the Intimidate on the Lopunny, and I can just go for Earthquake right here. So I can go for Quick Guard to block the Fake Out and go right for Earthquake. I am Assault Vest Landorus as well, so there's no move he can go for that can knock out my Landorus this turn. Shout out to Jacob Talley, by the way. I already said that, but I named it after Landorus. We haven't seen Landorus much, only like once this live. So, bro, thank you once again. Hopefully you watched this game. But in any case, I am going to go for the Quick Guard because I can block the Fake Out. I am faster than Lopunny prior to the Mega Evolution. And then Earthquake. Yes, he does have Staraptor in the back, which I could see him switching out to, honestly. I feel like we'll see, because we are lower on the ladder, we might see something weird like Switcheroo from Delphox. I know that the Clef has Friend Guard, so that means his Mons are going to be taking less damage. Really cool ability. I hope in Sun and Moon more Pokemon get this. More viable Mons. Not that Clef isn't viable at all. No, it has a great moveset, great typing. If a Violet, it's really bulky. But I want like I want powerhouses that get this ability. So he does swap out into Clef. Good play. Was it lagging a bit? But Quick Guard should be able to protect me from Fake Out, as he does go for the Fake Out into Talonflame slot, and I can get off this Earthquake. It's not going to do too much because of Friend Guard. However, I can just Brave Bird into Lopunny and Earthquake again. I don't really mind if he follows me because I'll be able to get rid of Clefairy anyway this turn, and there's nothing he can do to OHKO me at all. He has the Last Resort, which is really cool, something I didn't see coming, but we are able to get rid of the Clefairy, which means no more Friend Guard, as well as Lopunny's like at 2%, so that's great. I can even get up a Tailwind if I wanted to with Talonflame, which I think I'm going to do next. Because at this point, he also just gets destroyed by Gardevoir plus Terrakion. I haven't even used Terrakion once. So, do I want to weaken this? I feel like I just want to weaken this. Yeah, I'm going to weaken... No. I'm going to Tailwind, and Whimsicott doesn't do much, but it does get me off a last-ditch effort Tailwind. I can't really switch out to anything, so I'm just going to Tailwind and Earthquake, get off as much damage as possible. He does Last Resort my Talonflame, so it is going to go down, but Landorus should be faster and should be able to get off about 50% on Sylveon, close to 50% as you can see, and also pick up the KO, as Hyper Voice will be able to knock me out. But now, tell me what beats the combination of Gardevoir and Kyurem. Nothing. Nothing on the team beats it. Nothing. I'm actually just going to dual attack into Sylveon because I don't want to not knock it out. Actually, no. I'm going to Hyper Voice, and as weird as the play is, I'm going to Protect because I don't want him to be Citrus Berry Sylveon. Yeah, I'm going to Hyper Voice and Protect. I don't care if he has Encore on the Whimsicott, which he more than likely does. He might go for Protect with Sylveon and then get up a Tailwind. That's what I can see happening. But I want to do as much as possible. Because basically, if he had the Citrus Berry on Sylveon, he would have been able to live and knock me out with Hyper Voice. As you see, he doesn't knock us out anyway. And yes, he can Encore right here. I don't even think I care about that, though. I can just Ice Beam. Yeah, he does Encore me, but that doesn't matter because my Gardevoir is going to be faster anyway and pick up the KO. So that doesn't matter at all. Yes, he does have a few more turns of Tailwind. And my Protect is going to go last, but then I can get a Protect off in the next turn. I can double Protect, actually. Yeah. And I win with Rock Slide spam in the back, so I'll just double Protect right here. Alternatively, no. Yeah, Rock Slide wins in the back. Rock Slide wins in the back. I can even beat up Encore that thing, which is pretty cool. So I'll actually just go for the Hyper Voice and Protect with my Kyurem. I'm definitely losing Gardevoir this turn, but like I said, I do have Scarf Rock Slide in the back, and he has one more turn of Tailwind after this, which I can take advantage of. I have a few more Monster Sack, so as long as I Kyurem alive, I'm good. Like, as long as Kyurem is alive, which he can't OHKO with any move from his team. If he actually ends up attacking to the Kyurem slot, maybe expecting me to switch, that'd be fine for me too. But I don't think I lose much by staying in it at all. And again, guys, we are lower on the ladder, but this is also so good for me because it helps me. It gives me practice for when we get higher on the ladder. And even if some of these sets might not be the most common sets, or the teams might be a bit funky, it does give me practice as we keep going. So crisp leaves, bro. Crisps. Nice and crisp. So, I'm assuming he's going to attack into the Gardevoir slot. He does Fire Blast into Kyurem, and I guess he's going to Brave Bird my Gardevoir. Yep. Surprised he didn't Fire Blast that slot, as the Tailwind is going to peter out for us, or for him, rather. But I can go out to my Whimsicott and set up our Tailwind. I do have the Focus Sash, and I can just set up the Tailwind and Protect again with Kyurem. Kyurem is not going to go down to any moves unless he dual attacks it again. So, and this will be the last turn of Encore as well. So Fire Blast does a lot, but it doesn't knock us out. As Brave Bird is also going to bring us down to our Focus Sash, and I'm going to make it so that I just knock out Delphox right here. So I'm just going to beat up into Delphox and Earth Power, and that should be enough to knock out Delphox. The chip damage from beat up should put in a range of the Earth Power unless he's like Assault Vest. I'm not sure. Oh man, he ate that. Oh, now I have to hit the Rock Slide. I don't necessarily have to hit a Rock Slide. No, I'm good. I can just close combat. Never mind, I have to hit the Rock Slide. I have to hit a Rock Slide now. So, Rock Slide does win me the game, but unfortunately I went down. It didn't work the way I wanted to. I thought beat up would do... I knew what it would do, but I thought it couldn't range to lose. So now I have to hit Rock Slide, as we do land on, unfortunately not on the Delphox, and if he is not Specs, then he can switch in moves, but thankfully he's like Specs or Scarf. Even if he burns us right here, basically as long as I hit. So basically, as I said, as long as I hit this Rock Slide, he's hitting his Fire Blast, and he wins the game because that was not a good game, bro. Good game. I'm gonna say that out of respect, but that was definitely not a good game. Don't put that face. What are you? I guess I'm Adamant Scarf Terrakion. I have no. Yeah, I am Adamant Scarf. 392 attack. I'm missing EVs on this Terrakion as well. So where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Doubles OU. Nice. Wouldn't have mattered in that case, but it still would have been nice to hit. I'm glad I found out now that I was missing EVs on this thing. But still, that would have been nice to hit. That Delphox was so lucky. Anyway, we got another game. We got another game, and how do I do this? How do I do this? Whimsicott is a great lead. Can't be spored. Yeah, I like Whimsicott plus. I feel like Whimsicott plus Gardevoir beats everything as a lead, as it leads off with the Smeargle plus Clefable or Clefable. I'm gonna attempt to beat up in the Smeargle. I doubt it's gonna work, but I'm gonna do that and Mega Evolve. Beat it basically just to break its sash. That way, he's probably just gonna follow me with Clef. So no, Tailwind's the better play. Tailwind's a better play because if Whimsicott eventually goes down, I can bring out Landorus and Earthquake. So I'm gonna protect with my Gardevoir because the Smeargle will be faster. He does follow me. Good, or not good, but what I expected. He's able to Geomancy up. Okay. Now follow me is higher priority. What is he passing to? Oh my god, his Gardevoir. Yo, don't be bringing that crap out here, okay? I'm going to attempt to Encore the Smeargle anyway, even though follow me is obviously priority, because it is my best play. As I'm able to Encore this thing, at least in the follow me, and we get off the Hyper Voice. That does so much to Smeargle, good lord. Remember when Smeargle was boosted and it didn't notice? Yeah, his Gardevoir is going to come out, and because of Tailwind, crap, there's no way he can knock out my Whimsicott right here. My Gardevoir might go down, but I'll be able to get off damage. I'm not going to lose to this Gardevoir because I do have priority Braybird in the back, and I will be able to get off, or I should be able to get off a Hyper Voice right here. I'm hoping I get off a Hyper Voice right here. But yeah, that beat up does nothing. Nice. We're able to get off a Hyper Voice, which is cool. As he Shadow Balls. Okay, so makes it interesting play and goes for the Shadow Ball. Crap, man. It still has the bad EVs. Darn. Darn. So, without this EV Spread, we might have been able to outspeed this Gardevoir. We're going to attempt to beat up. Nah, that's not going to work for us. I'm going to attempt to beat up. He's going to lock in to follow me anyway, but... and Stone Edge. Yeah, I might have messed up. Crap, man. Hoping for, like, crits and stuff like that. I should have Rock Slide as well. So that was just a bad play. I feel like I went on tilt because of the last game. He's going to be able to get us a kill, or at least we could still win this game. We can definitely still win this game just because we have Landorus in the back. So I can still win this game. I can go Route to Kyurem, and again, I can just get off a Tailwind one more time, and Landorus in the back, plus that will win. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go for that. So we're going to Tailwind up again and Protect. Protect ensures, hopefully my Terrakion saved. I should have, why was I looking for a game when I was that? So we're going to Protect, and we're able to Tailwind to at least ensure that we outspeed with our Landorus, or at least attempt to outspeed him with Landorus. As Hyper Voice is going to be able to knock us out. Nice. I say nice in the I don't mean it type of way, but yeah, as long as Landorus is alive, we can win this game. And I can just go for U-turn, and I think Ice Beam the Braylon, because I'm going to try and EQ spam sweep him. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to U-turn on the Gardevoir, or, excuse me, oh god, never mind. We don't tank that at all. Unfortunately, Kyurem was not faster. I guess because of the +2, it makes sense. But it was weird because then my Terrakion was faster. Yo, this is the weirdest of turns right there. Maybe we can still win, though, if he chokes. So I have to hope he goes for Protect with his Gardevoir. That's like my way of winning this game. And I'm going to hope he chokes right here and go for Protect. And I'm going to Earthquake and Brave Bird the Braylon slot because he sees Gardevoir as the biggest threat. So I'm just going to hope he... Well, then he has the Mach Punch. Yeah, I lost that game. So that's unfortunate. That's 2 losses right there. Man, the last one put me on top. Please tell me I have the right target. Okay, at least it has the EV spread now. Alright, so let's think a bit. Because I'm getting a little bit on tilt because of that. It's late. I don't want that. So my point, the resistance to Gardevoir does not exist. I love it as a lead. And honestly, I love Whimsicott because it prevents the Sleep Powder from like doing much to me. He leads off with Kingdra plus the Politoed, which I don't mind too much at all. I can just Mega Evolve and Protect and get up a Tailwind. Pretty safe, pretty drawback-free turn. Do a Focus Sash on Whimsicott. He swaps out into Goodra, interestingly enough, as we are going to be able to get up our Tailwind right here. That will ensure that my Gardevoir is actually faster than his Kingdra as well, because we are +2 speed. And I'm going to make a weird play, but I'm going to switch out my Whimsicott into Kyurem Black. I don't expect him to drop a Draco on a Fairy type or that slot. So we lost 2 games, unfortunately, early on in the first episode. But I didn't expect to... I expect to go positive, especially because we're early on the ladder, but you never know what will happen out here. So I get Power Whipped, interesting. As Kyurem Black plus Gardevoir destroys everything on my opponent's team. Goes out into Politoed, which I do not mind. I can just Hyper Voice and... I'm gonna get rid of Goodra. It's definitely Assault Vest, and I guess chances are his Politoed will Protect anyway, so I think this is my best play, just double attacking the Goodra. I don't have Fusion Bolt, so I couldn't hit the Politoed anyway. I understand why Sub Kyurem is good. I've used Sub Kyurem as well, but I don't know. I'm missing Fusion Bolt on the lower ladder. I understand why it's good though, especially versus more standard teams. But in any case, we're just gonna Hyper Voice again, and just Ice Beam into the Heliolisk slot. Just in case this doesn't knock it out, because Helios has good special defense, but we are able to knock it out. Goodbye. And Talonflame just cleans. Scald does knock me out, unfortunately. But I can go right out into Whimsicott to set up the Tailwind again. And Whimsicott's the best play because it gets up Tailwind. Not only that, though, it does have the Encore. So if Vivillon comes out and tries to Quiver Dance up, good situation. So Vivillon does actually end up trying to come out. And I'm actually going to beat up into the... No, I'm going to Tailwind first, obviously. And Protect to avoid any type of Sleep Powder from Vivillon. He does Protect with his Politoed, completely fine. Able to get up the Tailwind, so I do outspeed Vivillon. As Hurricane is able to not knock us out, but it does bring us down to our Sash. Thankfully, he doesn't confuse me. And I'll go for the beat up into the Vivillon slot, just in case he's Focus Sash, which I could see him being. And that just ensures that we break the Sash. I think that was like the better play. I guess he could have protected with Vivillon if he had it. I'm not sure what this thing would run, but I'm assuming it's like sort of similar to the standard Vivillon, Sleep Powder, Hurricane. It's on Rain. As he's able to knock out Whimsicott, which is even better for me now because I can just get out my Landers. And it might seem weird going out to Landers, but he does have that Gyarados, and I want to get off that Intimidate on him. And just click Rock Slide, and yeah, I had Scarf Terrakion in the back to revenge kill if it was Mega Gyarados, and between Ice Beam, Rock Slide repeatedly, and even Priority Brave Bird in the back, that was game. So that's not too bad. Where are we on the left? This guy's love this. So we are 1185, unfortunately, 6-2. Pfft, terrible. Again, no resistances to Gardevoir, and I've been liking Gardevoir plus Whimsicott as a lead versus this, especially because I can also... I have Synchronize, so I don't have Trace. Oh, let's love this. It's cute. What is it supposed to do? I'm just going to Hyper Voice. It's probably going to do like Sweet Kiss Me or something. That I could definitely see happening. But I'm going to Tailwind and just Hyper Voice. Nothing on his team immediately OHKOs me. I do risk like a Sweet Kiss or something. Entrainment. So you got the Swift Swing. Oh, that's cool. I guess he's going to Tail Glow? That's cool, but like... Did you get it the rain? Ooh, that is sick. I mean, it's a cool thought. I do have Hyper Voice and Encore. It's really cool. Obviously, it's not going to work out versus me because I do have the Encore to lock him into Rain Dance, so that Swift Swim is going to be void. And I will be able to knock him out, even outspeed him because of the Tailwind. Obviously, Swift Swim does double, but I guess he was a very bulky Manaphy, I'm not sure. He definitely wasn't neutral base speed, but Kingdra does come out and I can just Hyper Voice here, and honestly just switch out to Kyurem. Hyper Voice picks up the KO on Kingdra anyway, and I will be faster. And if he wants to protect, that's fine. And Kyurem just gets in right now and just goes to work. He does have the Icy Wind, but I still do have +1 speed. I don't mind that at all. I also do have Whimsicott in the back to keep that alive. And I'm assuming maybe Ursaring. Okay, Ursaring. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'll just Hyper Voice and Ice Beam into the Ursaring slot. Even if Ursaring protects to get like its Quick Feet or anything, I still do outspeed it at +1. And he actually protects with Politoed, so that's even better. Hyper Voice plus Ice Beam will be able to knock out Ursaring. That's why I double attacked it, because I knew that spread move Hyper Voice wouldn't be able to knock it out. And goodbye. And all he has left is the Fabio, and he forfeits. Alright, so we're back in the 1200s. Let's get another one. Back in the 1200s. I like that. Back again once again. Again, this is going to be a really weird journey, I feel. It's going to be interesting to see certain sets. Hopefully I get better as I keep playing. Because again, if you guys haven't known or you guys don't understand, part of the reason I do Road to Top 10, besides the fact that I now have a goal when laddering, it's also, my mic just like popped, it's also to relearn the tier or shake off some rust or just get myself familiarize myself, excuse me, that's probably the better way to say it, with the tier itself and just get better as I keep playing. Oh, again, no fairy resist on the team, and his team is also super slow. Really like Talonflame plus Gardevoir. It beats, the combination of the two beat everything on his team as a lead, and they don't give anything attack boost. For example, if I lead off with Landorus and he leads off with the what a great lead matchup for me, huh? I just Brave Bird Alakazam, and probably his AV, but he could be Sheer Force. I'm honestly just gonna Brave Bird, and well, he could, I don't even know if he'll live this, because this is Adamant. Timer on. I doubt he lives it. Yeah, and that's a single target modest max special attack Gardevoir's Hyper Voice. There's no way you live this. Yeah, goodbye. So again, this lead matchup pretty much beat everything. Brave Bird plus Hyper Voice got rid of Azu. It got rid of Sylveon. It got rid of Goodra. Bisharp, he sends that thing out, and I'll just Brave Bird and Hyper Voice that. He didn't get off any damage on my Gardevoir, so he literally needs a crit or needs to be Banded Bisharp in order to kill it. And Brave Bird is a way just to prevent myself from being Sucker Punched from the Bisharp, as he doesn't even attempt to go for Sucker Punch. We're able to knock it out with the Brave Bird plus the Hyper Voice. Could have been Sash Bisharp. That's something that I've ran before. And again, I didn't even need Tailwind on this team or versus him, because his team is extremely slow. Look at that. That's his choice right there to go out to that. And I could just Brave Bird that and Hyper Voice one more time. Unless it's Citrus Berry, it's not taking both. Well, it might be able to. It depends. Yeah, alright. So it's not taking both. And yeah, Talonflame and Gardevoir putting in the finest of work. I absolutely love them this live. Definitely putting in the finest of work. And Azu, which is more likely Belly Drum, I prevent that, but we're going for Brave Bird. And again, just Hyper Voicing into that slot. He cannot get rid of both Pokemon at once. Talonflame has the higher priority. If he Belly Drums, he loses anyway. He Aqua Jets into the Talonflame, but Mega Gardevoir is going to be able to pick up the KO with the Hyper Voice, and that is going to be game. Nice. We're climbing. Let's get another one. I like this. You know what I really like about this live? There have been so many games in the span of 33 minutes, man. That is insane. I've played a ridiculous amount of games. I don't think, never, since PO, since we've been on PO, like since we switched from PO to Showdown, the main thing that PO had over Showdown was the lack of lag. That Showdown's been, you know, fixing as of late, and also the fact that you can get so many games in 20 minutes on PO, which was a standard live back in the day. You'd probably have like 6 games, and on PS that was probably like 2 games. But finally, a team with a Fairy Resist, and this will probably be a bit harder, especially with competitive Milotic. I still do like Gardevoir a lot as a lead because it beats everything alongside with a Mon that beats Agent Slash, which is honestly Talonflame. Talonflame's Gardevoir beats everything. It also, I'm not too worried. Actually, Talonflame plus Kyurem Black beat everything. So I'm leading off with, or Gardevoir plus Kyurem Black, excuse me, because the combination of the two beat literally every single Mon on his team. He doesn't have anything that can deal with him. He actually ends up leading off with Whimsicott plus Malamar. So I'm assuming Whimsicott's going to probably Tailwind, and Malamar might Protect, or Trick Room, or maybe Topsy-Turvy. I have no idea. I'm just going to Ice Beam into Malamar in case it is like Focus Sash, and Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice plus Ice Beam should be able to knock it out. He fake tears to give it the Spadef boost. Let's see if that'll be enough. Yeah, it might actually be. And he gets the attack raise right there. Fake Tears is really interesting, but this is going nice. Alright, so I did end up with my Kyurem at half, which is one of my mons to deal with his Thundurus, but other than that, not too bad. And I think I'm just going to Psychic the Charizard. If he's Zard Y, I'm fine. Let me just get rid of Whimsicott and Protect. If he's Zard X, he has to Flare Blitz regardless, and he has to be like... Y is more common anyway, and Hyper Voice, like Psychic isn't going to kill regardless, and Hyper Voice is going to do a decent amount, like 30-40%. So I'd rather get rid of Whimsicott. He actually ends up Cotton Guarding, which is odd enough, and we're able to get rid of Whimsicott right there, also keeping Kyurem alive. And Heatwave is the best attack to hit me. It looks like he's Modest, maybe Bulky Modest, I'm not sure. But Thundurus is going to come out, and I can just Psychic into the Charizard slot and Ice Beam into the Thundurus slot. Yeah, I'll probably lose my Gardevoir right there, and I'm hoping he actually goes out to Aegislash over the Milotic, because I might have just put myself in a position to... No, AV Landers kind of wins the game. Yeah, we should be good. So, he's able to knock me out, unfortunately for me, but I do have the Terrakion plus Whimsicott combination, and I think it's time we just start going for beat up into Rock Slide. It won't be able to knock out my Milotic, but he actually has to, like, burn me, which is definitely possible, but he has to burn me right here to be in a bad situation, so come on, bro. I missed both Rock Slides, and he's able to knock me out. Thankfully, he doesn't burn me, and I can just Tailwind and Rock Slide. Hope it would have been so nice to hit that Rock Slide on my Milotic. Come on, man. Whatever. If I get rid of these mons, Landers wins anyway. I just really need to get rid of my Milotic. I can't believe I missed Rock Slide on both mons. I don't usually skip turns either. It's just I hate when that happens. Like it's like I don't want to see the rest of the turn. Look how much Charizard. I just destroyed an entire family of Charizards. I'm sorry. And we get some immediate justice. I love it. I love it. As Thundurus is going to come out, AM Scarf, however, and Tailwind is up. I don't care about that. And I think I can afford to just beat up into Thundurus just in case it's like Focus Sash. I doubt it's Focus Sash. But nice, we're able to get the kill. Goodbye, we land both. Finally, Terrakion, beat up Terrakion, doing something towards the end of this live. And Aegislash is going to come out, but the guy decides to forfeit. Interesting. Why? I think Aegislash still... Well, I guess because I had Talon Landers in the back. And it can't protect... It can't King Shield itself from Earthquakes enough. Even if it was sub, I had Flare Blitz into that, and I had Encore as well. And plus 6 Rock Slide would at least be able to break Aegislash sub, maybe. I'm hoping. But I think we're going to end it at that. Thank you everybody for watching. Go ahead and check out my Pixelmon if you haven't, check that out. Obviously, maybe that's something you're not into. I can completely understand if you would not be into that, but I would appreciate it if you go ahead and check that out. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, do your thing. And yeah, I'm pretty... probably below average right now at Doubles OU, but as we keep going and as I learn the tier, I will definitely get better. So that's gonna be it, guys. Later.